Hello everybody, my name is X Factor, and welcome back to some Star Wars Battlefront Outer Rim DLC gameplay where we're showcasing some new stuff in the game, including the new sniper rifle and 3 other weapons, 2 of which are available free via content drop. And this is the first thing I'm going to show you. It's the Scattershot. It absolutely destroys people up close, but it specializes in those who think they're safe. Right through the bubble. So how it works, you pull your star card, you click the trigger, and then it shoots off 2 shots extremely quickly. It will melt people up close, but just destroys people in the bubble. Another one goes down. So it's awesome. So you can still melee people through the bubble, and then you can use that. And the first weapon I'm going to show you guys is the DL-18 blaster pistol, and there's the combat roll. You can do it left and right. You can't do it forward or back, and there is a small cooldown on it. And it's pretty fun. More than likely, I would rebind this to a different key because I think the default key is Alt on PC. But my gaming PC was having problems at the event. They actually had to rip out the GPU and replace it, and I was still having these massive hardware issues. So we did some battle modes to test these new blasters and sniper rifles out. They're all semi-auto, except for obviously the sniper rifle, which is even slower than that. So you have to remember, in battle mode, this is not full health like it would be multiplayer. So I would not be melting people in multiplayer like I'm melting the AI right now. And here is the DLT-19X. This is the first primary sniper rifle. So what happens if you make your shot? Well, you got this massive cooldown gain that you have to hit. And it's really hard. So sometimes the best bet is to simply let it go all the way through if nothing is near. Because I just missed the easiest one, which is the first one. So you can hip fire this with a lot of accuracy. You can ADS this or zoom this in. And in multiplayer, it seemed to one bang to about 30 or 40 feet maybe in the body. And again, this is something that they could easily tweak, but the cooldown is the biggest thing. Anything past that, you're going to need a upper body, I believe, or headshot. So it was really tough to test this out in multiplayer because not everybody had it unlocked on their accounts. And again, I was having problems with my hardware, and I just simply couldn't play multiplayer for a while because I was getting like 30 frames. So for those of you who finally want to run a sniper rifle primary in Star Wars Battlefront, this is the closest thing you're going to get to that. But remember, you're going to need an off card that does some sort of damage, because if you miss your shot or you're on cooldown, you have absolutely nothing to fall back on. So plan your shots accordingly, make sure you don't miss, and be ready to combat roll or play behind cover. And this is something that got a little bit of love according to DMR, is the impact nade was buffed just a little bit. It will one bang you in multiplayer if it lands at your feet or hits you in the body, but again, it has a very small splash damage radius, so don't look for it to kill if you miss by a foot or 2. So this is the DT-12, one of the new pistols. Not the highest rate of fire. I'm really trying to spam it out right there to show you guys the rate of fire, but it does hit like a truck in multiplayer, and of course in battle mode it will one bang pretty much anything in the head across the map. But you will be able to one-shot people up close with this weapon, I believe, and I think it's 2 to the body on multiplayer if it's in close range. But there's already a lot of close-range options available in Star Wars Battlefront, so I'm not exactly sure how this is going to mix into your rotation, if you're even going to bother putting it in your rotation, but this one might. This is the Relby V10. It's the closest thing to a DMR available in Star Wars Battlefront, and the rate of fire is semi-auto. It's as fast as you could pull the trigger, but you have to be careful of the cooldown. It's highly manageable with this weapon, though. And think of this when playing Walker Assault or Extraction, the new game mode, on some of the longer lanes. That is a choke point that the enemy team has to come through. This thing absolutely shreds people, especially if you connect with a headshot at long range followed up with a body shot. They just flop over and they're dead. So this is probably the most fun weapon to use, but again, I was having hardware issues getting 30 frames and some hardware lag at times, so really hard to use when playing multiplayer, because it's really hard to shoot and aim when you're getting 30 FPS and hardware lag because you're playing on a 6-year-old computer and a monitor that doesn't even do 1080p. So again, give this a whirl. Not sure if this is tied to the Outer Rim DLC or the free content drop, but this is probably the best weapon out of the bunch. And again, just like stated before with the sniper rifle, DICE might make some additional tweaks. DMR did say that they're always listening to community feedback to try to figure out what they need to do or what needs to be buffed. He did say he doesn't like overly nerfing things and would rather bring things up to the same standard, so it'll be interesting to see how some of this new stuff plays out. Don't forget to try out the Scattershot card. It's absolutely filthy. The Diaxis nade is kind of fun, but that is very situational. It has a lot to do with choke pointy game modes, some of the objective-based game modes. That's where that thing is going to shine because it's hard to see, and it absolutely melts you like butter. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed checking out the 4 new weapons and the Scattershot. We'll see you guys soon.